What's up, everybody? It's Jason Cruz here with another episode of the Legal Submission. And before we start this legal submission, I will implore you once again to like, subscribe, do whatever you can to follow MMA Payout, the Legal Submission on YouTube, and the Substack Legal Submit. This time, we are going to be talking a little bit more about the Jake Paul defamation lawsuit. In this update, the boxing judge that Jake Paul indicated was on a take, Glenn Feldman, wants in on the particular lawsuit. And so in late October, Feldman filed what's called a motion to intervene in the lawsuit between Matchroom Boxing and Jake Paul. The reason for the motion is basically to indicate to the court that they want to be a part of the lawsuit rather than filing their own lawsuit. Now, Matchroom Boxing does not have a responsibility to represent Feldman in this particular lawsuit. So we assume that Feldman has his own lawyers to represent him on his behalf. So it would essentially, if the court allows it, have two plaintiffs filing a lawsuit against Jake Paul regarding the same issue, which is Jake Paul's statement stating that Feldman had been on the take or was paid by Matchroom Boxing. The motion could be opposed by Jake Paul's side. Paul still has time to respond to the initial lawsuit by Matchroom Boxing, but has yet to do so. He will he will very soon. But he does have an opportunity to oppose the lawsuit or the motion to intervene by Feldman. And if Feldman were to lose that and the court side to Jake Paul, he'd have to file his own separate lawsuit. And that would mean two lawsuits in which Jake Paul would be defending. Obviously, Feldman may think of the situation more of a judicial efficiency, some sort of consolidation of issues to be heard by one particular court. Now, if you were wondering, what are the elements for intervention? They are, one, to file a timely motion, which he does here. Two, show an interest in the litigation. Feldman had been blamed as being an individual that was on the take. Three, show that its interest may be impaired by the disposition of the action. Same thing here, in which his interest may be impaired because if the lawsuit were to be dismissed, Matchroom Boxing would have no claim that Feldman could still have an issue with Paul because he was the one that called him personally a person on the take, a judge on the take. And Feldman is a veteran boxing judge, and he may argue that it would hurt his reputation as a boxing judge. And the fourth and final claim that they must prove to intervene in the case is that he has to show interest that is not actively protected by the parties to the action. As I said, Matchroom Boxing doesn't have an obligation to protect Feldman. He's not an employee of Matchroom. He's not an independent contractor of Matchroom. He's an independent party. So Matchroom Boxing could actually argue a legal claim opposite of what Feldman would do if he were a party himself. So Feldman is filing this claim to protect his own rights and his own possible damages. He can claim that, it's damage to his reputation and potential earnings in the future because as a judge, he has to be put on these particular cards. And if he's not put on the particular card, he loses income. So that's where we are at this point in the Jake Paul case. Paul, obviously, coming off a win over Anderson Silva last month, is feeling good right now. And Matchroom Boxing obviously is at odds with him with this particular lawsuit. We'll see where it goes. I do think that Paul responds to Matchroom Boxing's lawsuit, and of course Feldman's claims that he was defamed by Jake Paul. So we will follow up with that. Once again, this is Jason Cruz with the Legal Submission. Have a great day, guys.